sometimes in the world of tabletop gaming, things just fall into place. And that happened this last week. And the way that it fell into place is that it got me to try out Warhammer. So, was it worth it? And how did I get there? Let's talk about it. So first off, let's talk about the chain of events. I've been wanting to 3D print for a long time and do some videos on 3D printing because I like 3D printing. But I have so many models that I have to paint that it just has been on the back seat. And then I got an email from Kraken Studios saying, hey, we got this new Kickstarter that's coming out. We want you to do something on it. And I thought, I'll look into it, see what it's about. It's called Ashes of Time. It's awesome. It's modular terrain, like this. Okay, that you can 3D print and put down. You can interlock other pieces with it. It's just a really cool system. And they put together a bunch of these Kickstarters. This one's almost funded. It's got a couple weeks left until it's done. And it just seems something like, yeah, I could do that. I like to do D&D. That would be something that's cool for it. And I learned some stuff along the way that I was like super jazzed about. And I painted this, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I thought, cool, this is something to get me into 3D printing. It needs to be done soon. Why not? I'll do it. And then, once I was done with this, I was sitting there looking at it, and I thought of a scene from a movie I really like, The Mummy. And the scene was this one.
This just keeps getting better and better.
And I thought it would be really cool if I had some miniatures that I could show off in that same way. And that was when I remembered I ordered some Warhammer. And it's time to put them together. But before I do that, here's how I painted that thing. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do when dry brushing this is kind of pick out the colors you want. I did a gray primer just because I was thinking I was going to do some lights, some darks, and I thought, some neutral would probably be best. And then just get your black paint on your dry palette. Get that off of there as much as you can. It's kind of nice to be able to kind of just go over things until you get right where you want to be. And then you just kind of start. I mean, these are ruins, right? They're supposed to be ancient. They're going to have grime and gook all over the place, and you can do this any way you want. I think it was supposed to be like a sand ruin, but I'm not going to go for the sand ruin. Like these things, I think there's like piles of rubble. I'm actually probably going to paint those green and make it so that it's like foliage in a ruin in the forest or something like that. Anyway, kind of still thinking about that, but just want to kind of test things out before I get too crazy into it. But yeah, so anyway, just gonna kind of dry brush it for now and see where we're left in the end. I've never tried this before, but I figure why not give it a shot? I was talking about making this stuff green. I've never really dry brushed green, but I figure let's see what happens. And we might have to do a few, coats of green And I'm going to start with our worm green from P3. And we're just going to kind of hit the top of this in an attempt to get that. And it doesn't really matter if we get everything like deep down, because we'll probably hit it with some sort of brown wash near the end. And so whatever stuff we go too far with this time, we'll probably be able to just kind of play it off as dirt in the end. At least that's what I hope. We'll see. Let's give it a shot. And now that I've got that nice and looking kind of worn, I want to add that dirt to it. So what I've done is I've just kind of put some just dark brown paint. I actually use this Battlefield Brown, and I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to get it super wet because we're going to basically make it into a wash. And obviously you don't have to do this. You can use a wash. And I don't know, again, if this is going to work very well, but we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. And then, after everything is dried, if you like how it looks, I'm just going to take my original green color and just highlight the vegetation that I want to. And just to kind of point out, if you like how it looked better before, don't do that last step. And you can always make it lighter. You can always go back and dry brush it, hit it with a lighter gray again. Anything you want, you can do. So don't feel like, oh no, it's ruined or anything. Just keep going. Keep going back and forth if you need to. Painting is one of those cool things that, you know, sure, sometimes you might ruin what you were working on and hate how it looks, but you can always go back and fix it. One of the things I love about 3D printed terrain is that generally it's super easy to paint and it doesn't take very long. And so I feel like, yeah, it takes a while to print it, but then once you get it out and you paint it, you can do tons of it in just a little bit. And so like I said, this is part of that Kickstarter campaign. It's going live right now. I'll put a link to it down below in the comments. Cool little Kickstarter to get a part of, especially if you want to print some really cool like mummy terrain. So anyway, once it was done, I started working on Warhammer. Age of Sigmar, OCR Bone Reapers, I believe is what they're called. And I bought this not too long ago. I was looking around on eBay, looking for things, found this kit, $25. Ordered it. Got here. Perfect. Started putting them together, taking them apart. What did I learn in the process? Well, for 25 bucks, I got 20 models. That's huge. And yes, I know that's not the normal, so I can't like throw that into the, yeah, you should support Games Workshop. It was just nice to get models at that price, especially so many. And the pictures that I've taken, I mean, this is only half the box. Half the box of these miniatures. And what do I like? Okay, this thing right here. This little booklet, the instructions, who cares, right? You put it together, the instructions, nice, easy to follow. Most games have that. What this has that others don't have is that it shows you this. point values when you assemble the units differently. So I don't have to look online. I don't have to pull out a book. I can look at this and think, oh, do I want them to have swords? Do I want them to have spears? Here's the benefits of everything. Oh, and you want to know how to paint it? Their guide, right on the back. Games Workshop is #1 for a reason, and it's stuff like this. It's little stuff like this that people get and they think, I don't have to do any guesswork. I can see exactly what I need to in this booklet. I don't have to go anywhere else for these units that I specifically have. And to me, that was a huge deal. That was huge. I mean, the quality of the miniatures, they're great. They're just as good as everything else that's out there right now. Like, I hate to say it. It's not that different from anything else. Okay. The diversity, yeah, I got 20 units, but 10 of them are complete duplicates of the other 10. So realistically, I've got 10 units. And yeah, I can switch up the heads and switch up things. Not that big of a deal, right? Still, 20 units, and I think it's normally like $55. That's not bad. It's nice that you can customize the weapons that they have and change things around like that. But overall, is this going to get me into Warhammer? A little bit more, because I think they're cool. I think they're cool models. I want to play them. The Ossiarch Bone Reapers have some really cool stuff that I'm definitely looking into. Am I on the 40K train? No. Age of Sigmar? I think I'll give it a shot. Do you think I should? For those of you who have played it, is it worth playing? You always hear a ton about 40K, not a ton about Age of Sigmar. I'm up to learning more. Let me know your thoughts on Age of Sigmar. And if you want to see these minis painted, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what colors you think I should do. And depending on how well this video does, heck yeah, I'll definitely get into Age of Sigmar. And as always, thank you for coming around. Thank you for checking out the channel, and I hope you learned a little bit of something. I hope you got to see a little bit that makes you want to play tabletop games a little more. And as always, don't spend so much time building your world that you forget to spend some time in it. Till next time.